Hey guys, Jay here. First off, Happy New Year to everybody. I just want to say, wish everybody the very best in 2021. You can see I'm decked out in my Cincinnati Bearcats outfit today. This is my alma mater. If some of you guys don't know, I'm a graduate of University of Cincinnati. So we're going to be representing New Year's Day in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. So I got the outfit on today, but I just wanted to do a quick video just to go over my top 10 autographs. Not necessarily the most valuable, but if this place was burning down, these are my 10 items, my absolute 10 favorite items I cannot live without. So no particular order. Most of them I have here, and then a couple I'll move the camera to show, but no particular order. Number one, this is my Charlie Brown Christmas photo. Autographed by Peter Robbins. So it says it's a Charlie Brown Christmas, Peter Robbins. He signed it there, and I love Charlie Brown Christmas. It's one of my favorite specials. This I actually bought, but Peter Robbins, who was the voice of Charlie Brown in the movie, he has kind of been in and out of prison. He's had some issues, but just a cool piece. So I framed this picture up, and we put it up in the house at Christmas time every year. I just think it's real cool. It's kind of unique, and definitely one of my favorites. And it's actually the only thing on this list I didn't get signed myself, I believe. So real cool. Next item here would be basketball signed by Hall of Famer Charles Barkley. So significance of this is I was heading up to a celebrity golf tournament in 2009 that Barkley was playing in, and I just arrived in the tournament. It was about a 2-hour drive from my house, and I got a call from my wife that her water broke prematurely. So I had just gotten on the golf course. I had to turn around, head home. So literally Barkley was right there. He signed the ball for me, and I left. So after that long drive, I planned to stay there for a few days. I ended up with just one autograph, but every time I see this ball, like he did a great job signing it. I think of my daughter. I think of my wife giving birth, and it kind of reminds me of that time. So definitely love that ball. One day I'm going to give it to her, but really cool item. Next on the list, we'll go, I think you guys have seen my previous video about this, my autographed Gretzky rookie card. So I got this signed a couple of years ago, just trying to fix the glare there. As I said, here it is like 2 years later, and I just love this card. So I love coming home. I love taking a look at this card. I enjoy it. I think it's beautiful. It's everything, a collector should have, is stuff they admire, stuff they like, and stuff they enjoy on a regular basis. So as you guys know, I love this card. It's my number one card. Autographed Gretzky rookie. I still can't believe I pulled it off. And this is an in-person. So Wayne signed this card for me. I know it's 100% authentic. It's not purchased off someone, or, I don't want to say through the mail or anything like that. This was signed by Wayne to me, in person. So I know it's 100% authentic. Got it slabbed. Love that card. Next on the list, my favorite movie is Goodfellas. This is my autographed Goodfellas DVD. It's signed by Samuel L. Jackson. So I met him at a golf tournament, and he didn't have a huge part in the movie, but nevertheless, I just love this movie, and he's got a real cool signature. So I always kind of intended maybe to add some of the other actors on there. I haven't been able to encounter any of them, but really cool item. Love this movie, my number one movie. Next on the list, we've got my autographed Dan Marino jersey. So let's see. This was also signed in person. So I'm not a massive football fan, I'll be honest. It's just I kind of always knew who Dan Marino was. Obviously, I know Dan Marino, and I know the NFL pretty well. But he was in town playing in something, and I just stumbled upon him. And it was a weird morning. It was just me and one other guy, and the word was that he wasn't there, but he actually was there. And I was ready with a jersey, and he was real nice. He kind of spread it out here on the one, if you can see that. And right across, beautiful. I intend to probably frame this one day. I just think it's cool. Dan Marino's, a great player in football, and I just love this jersey. I think it'll look good framed up here in the man cave. Next on the list, This is my autographed fight photo of, let me see if I can get rid of the glare there. This is a Ty Domi Bob Probert. It's kind of hard to see without the glare. Fight photo. So the interesting thing with this is Bob Probert was never really a great signer as a player. After he retired, he kind of became a good signer, and I was able to get him a year or two before he died on this photo. Ty Domi, on the other hand, was never really a good signer. I kind of picked his spots, but would never sign fight photos. So even though he was known primarily as a fighter, he always would refuse to sign fight photos, no matter what it was, for his personal beliefs. So I tried to get, after Probert signed this photo, I tried to get Domi to sign it many, many times. Always turned me down, would never sign fight photos. Then a few years ago, he came out with an autobiography and he did a book tour. So I really thought this was going to be my chance to get it done. And lo and behold, I had friends go into the book signing. The way it was set up was you get one piece of memorabilia signed per book purchased. But I was hearing from my friends that he was still turning down the fight photos at the book signing. So I was a little nervous, went to the signing, and I basically brought the family, kind of created the ambiance, and went for it. And I asked them, and I said, "Oh, Ty, I told him you're dancing," referring to my kids. And I saw his face as soon as I put the table. He wasn't happy about it, but he did end up signing it. You can see there. Then I had it framed. I just think it's a cool photo, basically just because, I remember that fight. It kind of put Domi on the map. This is actually the second round, but the difficulty to get this photo signed. Obviously, Probert has been deceased for many years. Probably the greatest NHL fighter ever. And Domi, his refusal to sign these photos. But definitely, you don't see too many of them. And this one is one, as I said, I've got both autographs myself, 100% authentic. I know, I lived through both signatures. So, really cool piece. Next on my list, I think I talked about this in my baseball video. Another card, my autographed Jose Canseco rated rookie card, 86 Donruss. Love this card a lot. I used to dream about owning this card as a kid. Could never afford it. After his career, these cards, the cost of these cards came way down. But I actually got to meet Canseco in the summertime one year and took a nice picture with him and asked him to sign this card. Because of how much it meant to me, and he did a great job signing it. Is it the most valuable baseball card ever? No. Is he a Hall of Famer or anything like that? No. Is he my all-time favorite baseball player? Yes. And this card, means the world to me. It's kind of similar to the Gretzky. Like, these are my top two. I love looking at these cards. I enjoy them. I appreciate them. They were both signed for me. So, love that card, Jose Canseco. Next item here. Turn this around. This is my Russ Courtnall game used hockey stick. So when I was a kid watching the Leafs, I was about 8 years old, 7, 8 when I got into them. Russ Courtnall by far was my favorite player. So as the story goes, my dad owned a store in Midtown Toronto, and next to the store was dry cleaners who used to do work for the Leafs. I believe my dad said at the time, I think they were cleaning the jerseys and stuff. So he asked them if they could get me a Russ Courtnall autograph, and they came back with this game stick that he gave me. So one thing, if anyone knows Courtnall and the Leafs, he wore number 9, but you can see on the stick clearly it's Courtnall 16. So I asked my dad, I said, "Dad, why does it say 16 and not 9? Like Courtnall wears 9. And he said, "I think it's the stick number or the size of the stick," which wasn't true. So anyways, I was thrilled to get this stick. It's obviously used and everything. And I was telling my friends at school about it. I was in grade 3. I was like the talk of the town. And basically, the kids were calling me a liar and calling the stick a fraud because they said 16 is fake. It's 9. It became, a big question all my life. The stick was never signed. Up till a few years ago, Courtnall was in town, and I caught up with him, brought the stick, and he finally signed it. I had him sign it for me many years later, and he actually signed the stick 16. And I asked him at the time, all these memories came flooding back, and I said, "Why does it say 16? You wore 9. And this is, 30 years after the fact. And he said when he got called up to the Leafs, when he first played for the Leafs, I think he played a handful of games he wore number 16. And then he switched to 9. So I guess the sticks came like that. So anyways, this stick will be with me hopefully forever. Like I love it. I think of my dad. I think of, you know, getting into hockey. I think how cool it was like to be a kid and actually hold a game used stick. And a cool thing, my all-time favorite card set, if you see my videos, is 87-88 O-Pee-Chee. But if you see the Russ Courtnall card from 87-88 O-Pee-Chee, you can see him holding a stick clearly with the 16 on it. So it's almost like it kind of solidifies, you know, around the time I got the stick, he was still using 16. And that's that. So I'm going to turn this camera around real quick, and I'm going to show you my last two. You can't go wrong with this one. If you've seen my jersey video, you've seen some of my Gretzky jerseys. I actually have 6 signed Gretzky jerseys. This is probably my favorite. Obviously, the classic, the Edmonton. There's actually some photos of me and Wayne over the years. But the cool thing about this jersey is I didn't even get this signed myself. My in-laws in San Antonio, Texas did. So the cool story behind it was I didn't have a signed Gretzky jersey at the time. Wayne was the head coach of the Coyotes, and their farm team or their minor league team in the AHL was the San Antonio Rampage. So anytime, my wife is from San Antonio, so anytime we visit San Antonio, usually we hit a Rampage game. So I kind of was always following their website and that kind of stuff, their Twitter. Then all of a sudden I see this note saying, come meet Wayne Gretzky. They were doing some like pep rally for the Rampage with the Coyotes being their NHL team. And Gretzky was going to be there, and you can come meet him, and there's like a Q&A and all this stuff in San Antonio. So obviously I was licking my chops. I was in Toronto, so far from San Antonio, but at an event, if an event like that was held here, I'd be going crazy, as would a lot of people. Down there, I don't think they would care too much, but anyways, to make a long story short, I mailed this jersey to them, and they were able to get to him at the event. And my in-laws are wonderful people. They're not autograph people and they're not hockey people, but they brought it to the event, and they ended up getting it signed for me, and I could not believe it. And here I had it all framed, but beautiful piece. And for my number 1 item, I'm going to just turn this right around. My 87 Oiler photo. This is my baby. I kind of got it at an angle here, so to get rid of the glare, I apologize, but all these autographs on here. This was my team. This was my year, 1987, the first cup I ever saw. Bought this photo at a show. It really wasn't anything special. Put a few guys on it, like Kevin Lowe and Krushelnyski. Got Gretzky at the airport. Finished it off. Glenn Anderson, Paul Coffey, Buka Boom. I got Mark Messier at the Hall of Fame. Even the Glenn Sather, tough autograph there. Moog, Huddy, Muni, Steve Smith, McTavish, McSorley, Grant Fuhr, Esa Tikkanen. Got that frame with the suede matting. Absolutely stunning. My all-time favorite here. Can't replace it. So anyways, thank you guys very much for watching the video, and hopefully you enjoyed it, and Happy New Year.